Hey, what's up guys? Midnight Club Gamer here, and this is some more Battlefield Bad Company 2. So, got some pretty good gameplay here of Rush. Going to be doing Rush on Valparasio today. We are attacking, and this is the third set of MCOMs here, because that's where I started off. I started off late in the game, and what I really want to talk about today is how do you play the round when you're playing with teammates that aren't playing the objective correctly, and they're just really not doing anything to help you out at all. And that was the problem that I was having throughout this game here. As you see here, I have absolutely no cover fire, no suppressing fire. There's nobody running up alongside me. There's nobody pressing forward. They're all sitting back sniping, and I'm basically going to tell you what to do when they're doing that. So the other thing we're going to talk about is I use a UAV throughout this game a lot, and I usually don't use the UAV at all. I actually don't like using any vehicles really. I like the more close quarter combat. That's what I'm good at, and that's what I enjoy. But I use the UAV a lot in this game. I don't know why. I just had the urge to, because our team was just doing so terrible. So you see there, when an enemy can run up the hill in Valparasio like that, that's terrible. Like, our team is doing so bad at absolutely just covering what's in front of them. If enemies can run up the hill that easily, you know you're doing something wrong. So I'm going to tell you what you can do to kind of help this a little bit. There's really not much you can do at all, in my opinion. So I'm going to tell you how to do that. So right now, I'm sitting on the left side here, and what I'm really trying to do is I'm just picking people off, trying to take down the wall that they got set up here, because they're really bunkered down, because nobody's putting that pressing wall forward. And I always say this in rush rounds, you got to keep that forward momentum going, that pressure on the enemies. You got to keep slamming it to them, and after a while they will break down, I guarantee you. But the only way this strategy is going to work is if you have a squad of 4 and, you know, some other decent players, or a really good squad of 4, like your friends or something, with really good communication. That can usually break through. You're gonna have to be on top of your game. You're gonna be really good, but you can usually break through with a really nice squad of 4. But when you're not with a squad of 4, I'm playing on my own right now, and when you're not with anybody at all, your other teammates have to help you out. And when they're not doing that, it's really hard to keep the pressure going. Right now, we have about 6 to 8 snipers up on the ledge, the concrete ledge, on top of the hill on Valparasio. And there's also a couple on the lighthouse. And really, they're not doing anything for the team at all. I'm not ripping up on snipers who camp out back and provide suppressing fire. If you're a good sniper that can sit out back and really take down people and mark them well, the key thing to do when you're doing suppressing fire like that out back, the two key things that you must do: mark people, and when people get a charge on the MCOM, make sure you put a mortar down on it so the enemies can't get to it. Those are the two things you got to do when you're doing suppressing fire with a sniper. And if you can't do that, then you're really not helping out the team at all. When you're using classes and you're running kits, you got to think to yourself, what is this kit made to do, and what's going to be effective, and what's going to help out my team the most. When you're a medic, you got to stick with your team. Make sure you throw down the medic packs a lot. Make sure you get that suppressing fire with your big LMG. And you know, the medics, you just got to know what to do with your class. The assaults are made to run in, get into the action, take down walls. They got the 40 mil grenades. They're close quarter combat. Engineers are made for repairing tanks, shooting down tanks, marking helicopters, stuff like that. And the recon's made for marking people, long range shooting, and you can also be used in aggressive recon as well, like I'm doing right now. So you got to use your kits correctly, and if you don't know how to do that, then you got to learn. So that is what I'm going to talk about. That's basically what I got to say for when you have bad teammates. You can't really do much. You just got to keep hacking away at it, and most of the times it really won't work out that well. But you know, you can't really do much. I cut the scene out there when I'm off the UAV. After that, we get both objectives. Our teammates shoot down B with the towel launcher up on the building. I don't really like doing that, but I can't really tell them to stop, because, you know, I'm not in their squad, and I probably wouldn't really tell them to stop anyways, because at least they're doing something. And A got taken out by, I'm pretty sure earlier we got the tank down there, and they were shooting at it with the tank, and then they C4'd it. I really don't like using that tactic, and But you know, we were really low on tickets, and you know, they did it. So you know, whatever. If your teammates actually do something and take down an MCOM, then I'm happy with it. So that's how that went. So here you see there we got B pretty easily here, and A was a little bit harder, but we still got it done pretty easily. What you got to really watch for here, you see right there, the guy disarmed it, is when the enemies go in, they go right into that little crevice right there when they blow out the floor, and you really can't see them at all. And every time I arm, you see there, every time I arm an MCOM, I put a stick of C4, 1 or 2 on it. My C4 doesn't work that time. It's been doing that lately. I love when that happens. You stick some C4 on, a group of people go in, and then the C4 doesn't blow up. That is just the most tick-off thing that could ever happen. But whatever. So yeah, we get A and B pretty easily in this section here. You just gotta watch out for the people inside there and just keep running up once in a while. And so they took the tank. That's fine. I'll take it out here in a second. But the next thing I'm going to talk about is how to use the UAV effectively in Battlefield. And most people don't really know how to use this at all. A little bit more in this video, a little bit later, you'll see me using the UAV. And when you're using a UAV, a lot of people, when they use a UAV, they just play to see, they just think in their head, how many kills can I get before this UAV blows up? And that is absolutely the totally incorrect way you're supposed to use UAV, in my opinion. What a UAV is made for is reconnaissance. It's made for marking people. It's made for taking out people that are camping. You gotta get in there. And the missile, I would never really use the missile on people unless it was a large group, let's say 3 or 4 campers sitting in the same area. I'd use a missile on them. But the UAV is really made for taking out tanks, especially the missile, the Hellfire missile they got on it. It's really effective at taking out tanks and you know, sections that are made for, like, let's say a light machine gun or a tower launcher. That's what the missile's made for. And you see here, what I'm doing is I'm moving up along with my tank, and I'm defending my teammates here. I'm marking out people because I have the top end view, I have the aerial view, and UAVs are made to reconnaissance. I mean, that's why they're made to fly really far, and you're not putting yourself in danger. So you may as well mark people for your teammates that are on the ground, that are in the fight, and that aren't really that can't really see the whole battlefield. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna mapping out people. You see, I'm just marking them down, and it really does help. My teammates, right when I marked them, they were quite aware that they're there, and they took them out rather quickly. And if they didn't take them out fast enough, or I thought they wouldn't see them, I'd start shooting at them with my light machine gun that I have equipped on the UAV here to take them down, or try to take them down. So I get taken down here by the UAV after a little bit, I'm pretty sure. UAV stands for Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, but it can also be called Unmanned, or URV, which is Unmanned Reconnaissance Vehicle. And that's really what I want to stress about the UAV, is they're made for reconnaissance. They're made to look at things. They're made to show. They're made to find enemies. They're made to mark out enemies, and without putting a soldier's life in the way. And that's what they're made for. And I think I get caught up in a tree there. That's quite unfortunate, but that's what the UAV is made for. And I just want people to use it more effectively, instead of just going in to get a kill. A lot of people go in with a UAV, go in behind enemies and just spray them down and not mark anybody. They just go in there for a couple kills, and then when it blows up, they're like, okay, whatever, and then they just go in for the fight. And that's not really how I like to use a UAV, but you can't really do it all. So you see right here, we're getting up to the last sets of MCOMs right here. I get a charge on B rather easily here, and I don't know if the enemies were just slacking or a couple of them quit, but it was very easily to get on B. And I have a piece of C4 on it with my recon ball. Throw a recon ball down. If you are a sniper or you're near an MCOM that's armed, throw a recon ball in the area of it. It really helps out, because when you get it right on the center of the MCOM, you have like this radius all around the MCOM of radar where you can see the enemies coming in, and that's just a great tactic. And getting to the end of the video here, I get the last kill, and then our MCOMs blow up. And so that was a pretty solid round. I go 43 and 6 with the sniper rifle. That's actually 7.17 KD ratio, which is not bad for rush on Valparaiso, I must say, with the M95. Very slow reload with the M95, so when you meet a large group of people, you're really at a disadvantage. So pretty solid round there. My question for the video here is, what is your favorite sniper rifle in Battlefield Bad Company 2? Put that down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your suggestions and what's your favorite loadout and stuff like that. So that'll be it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary, and I'll be back with some more Battlefield Bad Company 2. Talk soon.